So you can generate music. Well, try generating a sense of self-respect. Hello everyone, I am Mark the Minstrel. Welcome back to another episode of Compose With Me, where today we are making a song called Magic Music, a song about AI and the struggles of modern musicians nowadays trying to compete with a machine that can pump out endless music. So that is what I'm going to try and do today, is compose a song of the likes. Starting off, we have some lyrics that we're going to get into. I have already done a bit of concept work here. Let me show you the window. No, here it is. There we go. I can live stream. So I've already started out with a little bit of lyrics where the idea is, I split it up into a couple different portions, where in Act 1, a minstrel is making a song where it's like beautiful, but it takes a lot of effort. And then a second part where a evil spirit is listening and is actually going to steal the minstrel's voice. And then a third bit where the minstrel and the spirit are arguing. There's like a back and forth where there's this evil spirit that's taking voices from musicians all across the world, all across the realm, and this minstrel is going to be trying to catch up, but there's going to be a bit of a push and pull where this spirit is going too quickly, but minstrel is got the actual magic, and the whole joke is going to be, or not, the whole point rather is going to be that there's music made by magic and music made with magic. That's kind of the thing that I was trying to point out. My opinion, this could be a pretty cool idea, pretty fun one. I also have some music going on in the background. I have a couple of my songs that are just playing around, so hopefully with any luck that's enjoyable to you guys. If it is ever too loud or too quiet, let me know so I can change it. But for now, I'm pretty happy with how it's set up. I did some audio testing, so if all goes well, no worries. If not, just let me know. So let's start off with verse 1. Kind of what I have set up now is this idea of the minstrel singing this tireless effort. I wanted to start with the first line with something that's eye-catching but also emotional and invoking, where it says, "Hours after midnight with no ink left to write, the candle flickers out but still within him burns a light. From the bed he rises, his instrument to play, for such an inspiration cannot wait until the day." That gives kind of the idea of the minstrel, or who's ever actually listening, sorry, not listening, whoever is playing the music has this inspiration that is eating them up. They got to get it out, right? They gotta sing it, they gotta share it. It's the magic inside of them, right? I think that's a pretty clever concept, and I'm going to contrast it by having outside a door there's an evil spirit. The thing is, this spirit doesn't have its own voice, but it wishes to steal the minstrel's voice, because that's kind of what AI does. Is it does take music made by other people and then takes it and a bunch of different sources, and then uses that to learn what a song kind of looks like and then repeats it. So it doesn't come up with an original work necessarily, although I guess you could say music in general is rearranging different ideas. It's kind of muddy, but the machine doing it doesn't have that same inspiration. So I'm saying, for sake of argument, that the machine is not able to actually create an original thought. In this case, it's just just a spirit. That's the current idea. So let's start with the second verse. So outside the door, evil spirit listening, no voice. I gotta start by conveying that this guy doesn't have a voice of his own, but I also have to let's see. How do I convey that this spirit doesn't have a voice? Let's start by just throwing some words out there. And yet, outside the door. Oh no, I'm going to say, but right outside. But right outside the door. I just spelled door wrong. Of all the words to spell wrong. I say this every stream, but it's always been true. I out myself every time I stream on how bad my spelling actually is. That's really cool. Welcome in, everyone. We're writing a song about AI and the struggle between real musicians and the competition with the machine. Let me know if you have any ideas or thoughts, or if the audio and stream is working well. Still setting it up. Today we are drinking tea. It is tragically oversteeped Irish breakfast, but I tried to salvage it with a microwave and some milk. I'm sorry, I know that's a heresy in the tea world, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So, but right outside the door, an evil spirit. I gotta figure out some good rhymes. I guess listens. Does listens? I could probably find glistens. Christians. Not quite sure there. Let's go with listen. The evil spirit listens. With no voice of its own. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the light that glistens. I know we can change this at any point if ever we go back to it and we decide, no, that's not really what I want to go with. So let's try. Right outside the door, an evil spirit glistens with no voice of its own. It seeks to steal the light that glistens. That's too long. I feel like that's too long. I wonder if something rhymes with lyrics. I haven't started the actual composing part of it, just because I was trying to get the lyrics down first and composing a melody to it. As long as there's a certain amount of timbre with, or not timbre, a certain rhythm in the words that you're speaking, then you'll be able to, what is it? You'll be able to take like a poem that doesn't have an actual, doesn't actually have music set to it. You can actually turn it into a song just because it has that kind of flow. That's the kind of thing I try and copy with my music, stuff like that. So as long as the words are flowing like hours after midnight with no ink left to write, right? You can kind of like see how it goes on and on. But right outside the door, an evil spirit listens. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the light that glistens. An evil spirit lurks. I think lurks might be. But right outside the door, an evil spirit lurks. Seeks to steal with no voice of its own. Spirit with a wand. This. How do I say this? This. With no voice of its own. I think with no voice of its own is kind of the best way to articulate this, at least in my opinion. Lurks, perks, sturks, spurks, clerks, quirks. Gotta try something that actually, like, you know, feels good. I think works is kind of the best thing. That, of all the words, I don't know if I gotta go with lurks. Hides. Hides. I could probably work with the word hides. That probably has more common rhymes. Hides. So I'm trying to get the idea of this evil spirit it's hiding outside the door. It doesn't speak. It just needs to steal and then recreate that voice. So something relating to this sneaky slyness that I'm trying to paint AI as, and then combining something different where it's trying to steal. So hiding and stealing. Resides, maybe? Asides, divides. besides. But right outside the door, an evil spirit hides. Right outside the door, an evil spirit hides with no voice of its own. What if I change this word to, but right outside the door, beyond the reach of light. I don't know. I reuse the word light. Beyond the reach of sight. Sight? Just because I don't want to reuse light. Although it would be a good parallel to use there. Just outside the door, beyond the reach of sight. With no voice of its own. This is the trick of trying to live stream a composing session, is I can never really figure out what to think about on the spot. But no matter, we will keep trying. Something I guess got to get used to is the idea of talking and thinking on separate tracks, because part of me wants to entertain, but also part of me wants to create. And I like live streaming, just because it gives me a chance to actually like chat back and forth with you guys as you get here. Say hi, head out, go about your day. But it gives me a chance to, get something productive done at the same time, so. I'm thinking I'm going to do more live streams in the future. I'm still trying to set up my whole strategy for how I'm going to create content and all that stuff, but live streams are something I want to continue doing. It's rare that I get like time actually to myself to just, do whatever I want or for hours straight. But it's nice, when I get that chance. It's good to hang out with the social group. Let's see. Beyond the reach, an evil spirit lurks to steal the minstrel's light. Minstrel's light. Okay. I think this could work. It goes along the same lines of what I'm roughly. So the door beyond the reach of sight, evil spirit lurks to steal the minstrel's light. Let's see, what do I want to happen in each sentence? The voice of its own. No voice of its own. It has no voice of its own. It has to steal, but it also needs to grow. Maybe we could go along the growth angle to try and figure out its mindset. What are we thinking of this AI? This AI has to, or this spirit, I guess. It needs to steal music. Why does it want to steal music? It wants to grow, I think, is the thing. The idea of constant growth or hyper efficient progression, right? With no voice of its own. Let's see. It's a fun song, actually. The background song right now is the Ballad of Shrek. I did that one a while ago. It's pretty fun. Pretty happy with how it turned out. One of those things you think about and you want to replicate, but how do you do that? How do you follow up Shrek of all things? It's a pretty fun one. I actually tried to compose most of it without ever watching the show. The movie, I mean. I think in total I watched it once. I know. Man of culture, not really. A man trying his best to be a man of culture. Such is life, I suppose. All just trying our best. Despite the trick of it all. Despite AI taking things. I can't really rant. Maybe I'm a little salty about AI, but I think ultimately I just want to feel like I can make music and it be worth something. I feel like it can be, I don't know. I want it to have soul. I want it to have spirit. I don't want it to be easy. Part of it being difficult is kind of the beauty of art and composing and all that. Such as things, I guess. Right outside the door, she's like evil spirits lurks to steal the minstrel's light. What rhymes with sight? Ironic, me using technology to write a song about how technology is hurting people. The interesting dichotomy we live in of which is good, which is bad. Someone who tries to figure it out on their own, are they better than, are they more musician? Are they smarter, or are they just doing their best? Light, height, might, Dwight, fight, blight. I could use the word blight, I guess. Blight is the... Double check. Blight is what I think it is. Suffer. State. Plant. Any plant disease resulting in wither. I thought a blight was like a ghost or something. Maybe I'm just wrong. Alright, the more you know, I suppose. Such is life. Evil spirit lurks. I gotta think. Music and streaming low-key distracting, hurting my workflow. But hey, we're here. Maybe I should do more of a show than tell here. I think that's just too much of a tell. Though it cannot speak for itself. Though it cannot speak for itself. Though it cannot speak for itself. Though it cannot. Though it cannot speak for itself. That doesn't really flow. Though it can't speak for itself doesn't. For power within grows a power. Steal the minstrel's voice. Okay, why does it want to steal the minstrel's voice? How about we just describe it stealing the minstrel's voice and leave the why out of it? On the future sight, beyond the future sight, evil spirits lurk to steal the minstrel's light. Though the minstrel and with him none the wiser, and with him without the minstrel knowing, evil spirit. Maybe he should be hiding outside the door to steal the minstrel's voice. An evil spirit lurks and he shall give him no choice, or something like that. Evil spirit. Maybe song. Steal the minstrel's song. Spear the minstrel outside, beyond the reach of sight. To steal the minstrel's light. This doesn't really feel like it fits. I feel like it's not really at the light that he's stealing. He's stealing the sound. Sound. What rhymes? I think that might be a better way of putting it. Brown, crowned, hound, pound. Drowned, found. Around. Right outside the door, an evil spirit sneaketh round. Right outside the door, an evil spirit sneaketh round. Sneaketh round. I think that could be good. Evil spirit sneaketh round to with no voice of its own. It seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. I swear, every time I write it's IT apostrophe S, and every time I do, it's wrong. It's just muscle memory by this point. Not that that's important. Autocorrect, you know, technology is helping me write a song about technology. Really hilarious in my opinion. Still seeks no voice of its own. It seeks to steal the minstrel sound. This is a good song. Background song. What is this one? Lyre of something? Lyre of listening. Yeah, it's part of the playlist of pondering. All of you guys suggested, or all of you guys mentioned that this was the best drone. For whatever reason, it was just, that was the best drone. I don't know why. Because it was similar to other drones, but I think it just hits the right. No, I think it's a D5 chord. On the base of the accordion. Well, it was kind of funny because it was like a technical compliment. I love technical compliments because sometimes if someone says, yeah, I really like the specific musical thing you did, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They actually noticed that I did something. Most of the time it goes unnoticed. But that's alright. I expect that. I expect that. I try and hit the general stuff that everyone can understand, but occasionally someone looks a little deeper. It's just beautiful. Beautifulest thing ever. That's part of the magic of music, you know? Being able to compose something and have people recognize it and feel for it and see the intent behind it, you know? It's great. Sound with the voice of thousands, the spirit shall with the voice of thousands. Taken without a, I think take without a choice. I want to rhyme choice and voice, but I'm not sure how to add it in. Would it be related to the minstrel's voice or all the other bards' voices? Because voice with no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. No voice of its own. Okay, I think no should be the up. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. And with the voice of thousands, the spirit. Like 1,000 others. Spirit took his voice. Use for its, no, for its, I caught it this time, for its own conquest. Without the minstrel's choice. I feel like that's cheesy, but let's just put it down. Without the minstrel's choice. Like 1,000 others, the spirit took his voice. That night, how about, I got it. That night was met with, that night did end in silence when the spirit took his voice to use in its own conquest. I feel like choice would be the best voice. What rhymes with voice? Hi, welcome in. We're writing a song about AI and the struggle of regular musicians versus AI music, and trying to make a commentary on it. Hope you enjoy. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Right now we're trying to work on first one. Act 1 is where the minstrel is making a song. The idea that it's tireless but a beautiful work. And Act 2 is when the spirit's making a song, which the spirit doesn't have a voice of its own, but it steals the voice of the minstrel. I thought that was kind of a fun poetic turn of events. A way of saying, yeah, you're taking the music, but it doesn't have a voice. It's just using other people's voices. Maybe it could be interesting. What does this say? I've got a comment. My Streamlabs chat needs to refresh. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, my plugins are being weird. MTV says, "Hey, are you ever going to cover Fiona's Fairy Tale from Shrek? Also, respect for actually putting an effort to create lyrics, not using AI." Yes, thank you. I pride myself in the authenticity of my tunes. Will I ever cover the song? I am not sure. Why is Streamlabs having me log in? Hate it when this happens midstream. I'm actually trying to steer away from cover songs in general in favor of actual like original music, because I want to be able to like tell a story. That's the whole point of my channel, is being able to tell the stories that need to be told, right? And part of that was cover songs for a while to kind of get my feet under me. But more recently, I've actually been trying to just I've been trying to be myself, you know, like be authentic to what the voice that I'm trying to have, right? Especially in a world where everyone is trying to take everyone else's voice, especially with AI. Per this song that I'm writing about, I thought it'd be better to, instead of covering other people's songs, to make songs of my own. But Fiona's Fairy Tale, I still might do, I might still do cover songs. Tell you what, I have the list open of different songs I could do. I'll slap it on there once and remember it for later. Fiona's Fairy Tale. It's gonna be a song suggested by, sorry, give me your name one more time. MTV 12321. Okay, I'll write it down. MTV 12321. That didn't have numlock on. Whatever. Okay. Well, it's on there. It's at least copied for later. We'll see if I ever actually write it. But anyways, back to the song that we're actually doing. Use in its own conquest. MTV 12321 says, "Stay true to yourself for sure. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much, my good fellow MTV. I try to. It's probably one of the few things I can still do nowadays. I'm kind of frustrated with AI. I understand it. From a business perspective, I understand it. In my day job, I'm an engineer, so I work with technology all the time, and I get it. If something can be made more efficient or more, I guess, quick to do, then yeah, it's gonna make a lot of sense to try and pursue that as an end. I don't like it, but I also understand it's just kind of the world we live in, so I can do my thing and they can do their thing, and that's I'm an American, so it's the freedom of being able to make your own decisions. It cuts both ways, you know? Anyways, random question. What does MTV stand for? If I might ask. The night did end in silence with the spirit took his voice to use in its own conquest. To grow. What more? Voice, choice, joyce, devoice, rejoice, pro-choice, or choice for multiple choice. I guess choice is really the best one. Maybe I should just ask ChatGPT what rhymes with what. No, I'm kidding. MTV, music television, ha ha ha, very original, I know, yes. MTV, of course, music TV. Maybe I should have guessed that. What kind of musician doesn't know about music TV? The answer to that question is the Gen Z musician that I am. I've almost always grown up in a world with either CDs or music streaming. MTV says, although MTV, of course, has nothing to do with music nowadays, sadly. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of one of the sad things about today is we don't have like a channel to watch. It feels like it'd be more restrictive, but also like healthily restrictive to not have whatever you want whenever you want it. But hey, what do I know? I'm a YouTuber trying to do exactly that, so I can't really complain. To use in its own conquest. Without Minstrel's choice. I was thinking there is a little bit of a controversy that I was going to do with this. I thought it'd be really funny to like AI generate an image of myself, and you know when I do like story panels, I don't know if you've seen in some of my ballads, I'll be like singing and then I'll put an image on the screen that's just like me cropped onto like a background. It's my low budget way of trying to make a interesting song. I thought it'd be funny to like have me as one of the real ones, and then this evil spirit is an AI generated version of me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I thought it'd be really funny. Just as like the only time I use AI is to mock AI. I did actually make AI images for a song a while ago. The reason was because I was naive at the time, and I thought, oh, this is cool. You can just make an image out of anything. But then I realized later the poor quality, and I stopped almost as quick as I started. I think 2 videos total on my channel include AI generated images. Ironically, one of them is my second most popular video. Say what you will about that, but the Ballad of Darth Plagueis the Wise uses AI images for the first time ever. Never went back, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, I think this is the best that we're gonna get for Put Outside the Door, Evil Sweat, for verse 1. I'm thinking of doing something here which is called continuous lyrics, or at least I'm calling it continuous lyrics, where the chorus does not repeat itself. The chorus has like a different tune. Maybe it starts the same way, but it doesn't. Maybe it does something like different lyrics each time. It changes each time. Let's see. I think that's good enough, at least for concept. Let's read it all in one go, see how it sounds. Hours after midnight, with no ink left to write, the candle flickers out, but still within him burns a light. From the bed he rises, his instrument to play, for such an inspiration cannot wait until the day. But right outside the door, an evil spirit sneaketh round. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. That night did end in silence, when the spirit took his voice. When the spirit took his voice to use with thousand others, to use in its own conquest, without the minstrel's choice. I want to start with the chorus with something about magic music, you know. It has to say magic music somewhere. Magic music for the masses. Magic music for the masses. The da 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 da. I think it'd be interesting. Magic muses for the masses. More than magic music for the masses. Woven from 1,000 voices. I think I use the word voice too much. What's another word for voice? Voice related words. Wait, find rhymes. There it is. Synonyms. Interpreter, part, spoken sound, coin, vocal, tone. I think voices is about as good as we're gonna get. Such is life. But then I shouldn't really use that here. Song. To use in its own conquest. I can... Magic muses for the masses. Woven from 1,000 voices. Let's see. Woven. This background song's pretty good. I enjoy this song. Currently it's set as my my channel opener. It's a fun one. Ballad of Mortals, I call it. It's cool. Hi, welcome in. We're going to be making a song today about the dichotomy of song made by AI versus song made by humans, and kind of the struggle between the two as both a commentary, an interesting topic that I think people would like to listen, and most importantly, a story that needs to be told. So right now we're working on the lyrics, and then we're going to compose the actual tune itself. Let me know if you have any suggestions or what you think, or if the stream's doing well. Still new to streaming, sort of. Though I'm still trying my best. Magic music. This is what we have so far. Hours after midnight with no link left to right. A candle flickers out, but still within him burns a light. From the bed he rises, his instrument to play, for such an inspiration cannot wait until the day. But right outside the door, an evil spirit sneaketh round. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. That night did end in silence when the spirit took his song. And now I've got to figure out... And, maybe... Gotta figure out song rhymes. I use Rhyme Zone. Rhyme Zone's kind of a website that just really helps you just figure out words that you never even thought of, you know? Apparently, myong is a word. I didn't know that. Strong, wrong, song, along. And then you can use those words to try and find a rhyme with song, and then finish out the verse. Every so its own sound that night did end in silence when the spirit took a song to use in its own conquest to build a castle strong. No, that doesn't work. Steal the magic strong. Wait. Took, steal. Already said took. Conquest. take the magic. Strong. It feels weak. Strong, gong, bong. Long. I guess I could go with long. I don't know how I would, though. What rhymes with song? Imagine, like, not being able to... making a song and then trying to rhyme with the word song and not being able to. It's a beautiful time. Let's see. Well, I can start a poll. I didn't know I could do that. Is AI music legit? Start poll. See what people think. See how that goes. General consensus is no. That's, I guess you're in good company here. That's what we're trying to write about today. Trying to do it. I was listening to a new jazz musician that I was super excited about. I loved his music. I was listening to him, you know, sometimes even hours at a time because he just had like such nice music. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I checked his albums and he had like 18 albums, all of them released in 2025. And I was confused by this. And I was very suspicious of what was going on. So then I looked up his YouTube channel and sure enough, apparently the backing tracks were all made with AI and then mixed with real world sounds. And I plugged one of my songs, which I know are 100% human made, and one of his songs, which apparently have some AI, into an AI detector. And it said that mine was more likely to have AI in it than this guy's was, even though he was using AI. And that just blew my mind. That's how I knew I had to make this song. It's because it's kind of getting out of hand. I no longer feel like I can listen. Even though I want to listen to his music, I just don't feel like I can. It's kind of, it just feels ill. Have you guys ever had an experience like that where you try and listen to some music and it just realize it's AI later and then just have to give up on it, you know? I get that all the time whenever looking for background music. So now I'm no longer making background music because I realized pretty quick that that's just not the way to go. It's not a market I can really make. Use in its own conquest. Regardless if it's wrong. Regardless if it's wrong? No. Spirit took a song to use in its own conquest in spite of right or wrong. I like spite, right, wrong. I guess that sounds a little more interesting. MTV says, for some reason, there's so much AI jazz on YouTube. It's insane. I feel that, you know, absolutely crazy. At first I thought, you know, it'd be really easy to like make music and then not put a background or not show an image of me playing the actual song. And at first I thought when I started this YouTube channel that I would show myself playing the music just so that people would know that it's not like MIDI or composed electronically, but it's actually something I'm playing, that I can actually play the music. And I didn't realize that would age so well because nowadays so much is AI that being able to show me actually playing like all the different instruments is kind of refreshing. I like to think for some people, be like, yeah, this is proof I can actually do it myself. And I've been doing it for ages too, so it worked out that I've got a whole repertoire of things validating my approach or my legitimacy. In spite of right or wrong, magic fuse for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. What rhymes with masses that I can sing? Masses. Glasses. Classes, fasses, gases. Molasses. I got it. Drink from empty glasses, because that's fine, like woven from 1,000 voices. Drink, you folk, from empty glasses. Drink, you folk, from empty glasses. I think folk it would be really hard to sing and pronounce properly and not get demonetized. I'm gonna try and say, now we drink from empty glasses. I got it. Now we drink from, now we drink, now we drink from empty glasses. Voices, magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. Out of choices. No more choices. Soon we will have no more choices. This background song is really fun. This one's, let me see, this is the Ballad of the Rings. Yeah, Ballad of the Rings. It's one of my favorite ballads, actually. Of all the ones that I've played, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Still one of my favorites to this day, and one of the best performing ones, especially of my modern, and the ones unpublished on, like, YouTube Music and stuff. Easily one of my favorites. Soon we will have no more choices. Soon we'll have no more choices. Well, have seems like it should be at up, but now I have it down. Soon we will have no more choices. Soon we will have more. Soon we will have no more choices. Soon we will have no more choices. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Drink, now we drink from empty glasses. Soon we, at glasses. Soon we will have no more choices. I think, okay, maybe we should add like a chorus, and then a verse. Choices. I think there should be a call to action. Or maybe we should just have an instrumental here. Considering a bridge later on. Spirit makes a song. Instant success, same outcome, but no soul. It takes the minstrel's voice and combines it with the voice of 1,000 others to weave its own song. That's right. So these are my notes. This is what I kind of want the song to go as general. Like we have the minstrel making a song, the spirit taking his song, the warning. Then the spirit's going to make a song. It's going to take the minstrel's voice, combine it with 1,000 others, and weave its own song. So kind of some mechanical like combination of music. And then the minstrel is like chases after it to try and stop it. But the whole thing is he's going to be too slow and can't catch up because, you know, that's the thing with modern music is it's too much. I can't catch up. Can't do anything. So what's the point? I got to be able to chase after it. I got to fight for my dreams, but no, it's too fast, you know. This song is supposed to be a tragedy in which AI wins. The reason for that is because I want there to be this sense of like, oh, AI won. We can't let that happen. Not like a happy ending where it's like, oh, we beat AI in the end, or we beat electronic music. I want it to feel sad at the end, so that there's this taste of this is what AI has done, so that, you know, people think about it before they look at AI again as some kind of just tool, some kind of efficiency. It's not efficiency. Well, it is efficiency, but like it's efficiency that's ruining the chances of people who have a serious passion that they want to share with people. Like, I can't imagine starting an art career right now or starting graphic design. Like, the job market, at least in America where I live, not very good for entry-level jobs. A lot of them are being taken by AI or being taken by the kind of, what is it? A lot of them are being taken by AI or just unable to. What's the word I'm doing? The entry-level positions. They're the ones that are being ruined. Where's this? I gotta figure out. Sorry, give me 1 second. I think my Streamlabs chat is not working, and I think it stopped me from getting some of your guys' messages. So I can see. Oh no, that was me. Okay, that was me. It was me posting the poll. Such is life. All right. Sorry. Forgive the distraction. Anyways. Live streaming, man. So much can go wrong. So finicky, too. You ever try to be entertaining? The sole source of someone's entertainment for like hours straight at a time. Crazy, crazy stuff. But hey. Never back down from a challenge. Where was I at? Oh, the spirit gets cocky and stops to say, look at what I've made, as kind of the final argument, right? The minstrel rebukes him, saying the spirit hasn't actually made anything. All the spirit's magic doesn't... All the spirit songs combined don't contain even as much magic as a single note played by the minstrel. Is kind of the music made by magic versus music made with magic. Anyways, I gotta have some fire lines in here. If I don't roast this guy, I'm literally a bard. I should be able to vicious mockery this guy into oblivion. So hopefully we can figure it out. All right, spirit makes a song. Actually, would this be a good time to switch directions and try and make like a melody for this? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna try and. Oh, this is optional if I want to get to it, but I don't know if I'll have time today. I'm really just trying to... Oh, we have another person. Lucarito Costito says hello. Hello. Lucarito. I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. We're singing a song, or we're writing a song about the struggle between AI and live musicians. And kind of how AI is flooding the current market with lots of music. Let's see. I've read this a few times, but here's what we have now. We're moving on to this part where the spirit makes a song. Right now we have the minstrel getting up to make a song, the evil spirit coming to steal his song, and then a chorus. Which I guess we should probably take, and then an instrumental, whatever that'll look like. But that'll be my time to show off my instrument skills and prove that I actually can play the music. It's great, isn't it? Let's see. Instant success, same outcome, no soul. With the Strel's sound and 1,000 more in tow, and 1,000 more entwined. Bind. Made. Perfect song. I want to say perfect because I want it to literally be like perfection. I want it to show that the song is not a bad song. I want it to be a good song, and then see how people react to it. Because that's kind of how it is nowadays. It's not that the music is that bad. I mean, some of it is bad, but some of it was able to fool me. So, such is the way of the world. I can't really say that AI is slop anymore. Sometimes it's good. Seems like the latency on my videos, like several minutes. That's tricky. All right, well, if I read your comment, if I get your comment, I'll read it, and then you'll hear my reply in like several minutes. Sorry, I have the replay up on a different screen, so I'm actually able to see me trying to read Lucarito's comment like right now. It's like several minutes later. Anyway, regardless, latency sucks, but it means we got a smooth video, so that's how it is. Maybe I'll up the latency speed later for other future streams, but all depends on internet, how fast I can get internet. The Mitchell song and the thighs and more combined, the spirit made a perfect song. With all them intertwined, all with bind, combined, wind, find, pined. Let's see, signed, behind. Hey, a perfect song. To leave the bards behind. Defined. No, go back. Okay. Align, remind, unkind, unwind. Made a perfect song. May the spirit made a perfect song. With all them intertwined. It appears the stream health is not getting enough video. That's unfortunate. Just got that error now, so maybe that's why there's such a big buffer error. Well, so be it. So be it. My computer is rather slow. Gonna probably experience some lag here, but not much I can do right now. Well, such is life. Hopefully the replay at least is kind of interesting. I get to listen to my tunes, my opinions, my thought processes. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. The spirit made a perfect song with all them intertwined. The people marveled. Maybe I could rhyme with soul. Droll, mole, prole, stole. The people marveled. Okay, the stream is now healthy again. Whatever. Let me know if you guys have any interruptions. I'll do my best to fix it, but no promises because YouTube is inconsistent at best. Looks like we're still at 100% for is AI music legit. That seems like we're all in a good consensus now. All the people marveled, knowing not from knowing not that it was stole. All the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. All the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. Knowing not that it was stole. Oh yeah, it does glitch. That's unfortunate. Knowing not that it was stole. But with yet in spite of fortune, yet in spite of fame, the soul. Yet in spite of all the fame, the spirit had no soul. All the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. Maybe for yet the spirit had none, but it looked he had a soul, or like it seemed like he did, or something, I don't know. Yet in spite of all its fame, the spirit had no soul. All the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. For though the song was wonderful, all the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. Those that did. Oh, no. Nor of those behind the spirit left with silent soul, left without a soul. Without a soul, maybe? I think that could be it. Nor of those behind the spirit left without a soul. All the people marveled, knowing not that it was stole. Nor of those behind the spirit left without a soul. Well, I could say that's stealing their soul, but I mean, they still have a soul, but like maybe this too magical, or I don't know. I think this might be misconstrued as in it took their actual soul, but it did not actually take their soul. Let's see. I think we go the angle of... I like this so far. This is really good. With the minstrel song, with the minstrel sound and 1,000 more combined. With the minstrel sound and 1,000 more combined. The spirit made the perfect song with all of them combined. All them intertwined. With all them intertwined. The spirit wove a perfect song. I think wove instead of made. Wove a perfect song with all them intertwined. All the people marveled, no. The people. The people stood and marveled. The people. Stopped and marveled. The people stopped and marveled. The people stopped and marveled. Stopped and... Is that easy? People stopped and marveled, knowing nothing. Stopped to marvel. Stop to marvel. Stop to marvel? Is that a thing you can say? English is hard. It's my first language, sorry. The people... people... stood and marveled. The people stood and marveled. knowing not that it was stole, nor of those behind the spirit left without a soul. Spirit left without a soul. I think that could be fine, because then, yeah, you crush their soul, right? Left with broken soul. Left with broken soul. Yeah, let's go that. Okay, Minstrel's voice combines it with the voice of 1,000 others to weave its own song. Yet was one. Yet was one. Let's see. Nor of those behind the spirit left without a soul. Yet was one. Remaining. Yet was one remaining. Yet one didn't. Yep. There still was one. Yet there still was one. Chased the spirit down. Chase the spirit down. The minstrel. The minstrel, though he wavered, tried to run him out of town. The minstrel, though he wavered, tried to run him out of town. Run it out of town. Run it. I gotta make sure that I say him for the minstrel and it for the spirit, just because I can't really clarify in a sentence who I'm talking about. So I gotta make it extra clear whenever writing a song by using sometimes specific pronouns, sometimes specific things like the beast or the monster, right? Or the villain, right? Though he wavered to run the villain, tried to run the villain down, or something like that. So spirit is the word I really use. Minstrel is the word I use. Usually minstrel is he, spirit is it in this case. Because it's, it's a robot, it's dehumanized. Or never human to begin with, in my opinion, or kind of human. I don't know. AI is really trippy nowadays, trying to figure out what it's going to be. What's going to figure out? Is it going to take my job? Is it going to take your job? Is it going to... If it takes my job, does that mean I still get paid? And I just don't have to do work? Or does it mean that I don't get work and I don't get paid? Probably going to be the latter, but... You gotta learn skills now. I'm actually thinking of learning leatherworking because I'm thinking of starting a merch store. Trying to invest into that. I'm gonna learn leatherworking. Make some cool things for you guys, if all goes well. Already practiced, but that's probably not gonna be taken by AI. Maybe templatizing, sure, but not the actual production. That has to be done through intricate technical understanding of the world and the material and the nuance of it, Yet there still was one who chased the spirit down. Yet there still was one who chased the spirit down. The minstrel, though he's wavered, tried to run it out of... No. Yet there still was one. Yet one man did. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that's like left without a soul, quote unquote. I know there's plenty of people who are anti-AI these days, so I'm thinking there might be a... I don't want to seem like I'm the only savior, because I know I'm not. I dare even say I'm not really a savior unless this song like blows up and then changes a bunch of people's minds, which would be awesome. But based on my track record, it would be a great nice to have, you know, a great nice to have. He will stood marvel, knowing not that it was stole, nor goes behind the spirit left without a soul. Yet one man protested. Yet one man protested. Yet one man protested. Yet one man in protest. Yet one man in protest. Yet one man in protest. In protest. Sought to chase the spirit. I got it. Sought to sought to stop the spirit. Sought to stop the spirit. Stop the spirit. None. Though he cried for justice. Though he cried for justice, none of them could hear it. None of it. I got it. None of them could hear it. Though he cried for justice, none of them could hear it. Magic song was far too loud to the magic song was far too loud to it's far too loud, drowning out his call, his yell, maybe? Cry? I already used cried. Though he cried for justice, none of them could hear it. The magic song was far too loud, drowning out his yell. But oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. But even if none heard him, he still had tales to tell. Something like that. But even if none heard him, he still had tales to tell. I think that could be interesting. Yet one man in protest sought to stop the spirit. Though he cried for justice, none of them could hear it. The magic song was far too loud, drowning out his yell. But even if none heard him, he still had a tale. Even if none heard him, he still had a tale. He still had a tale to tell. Magic music. I'm gonna copy the chorus and the instrumental. Copy that again. Hello, welcome in. We're writing a song about the clash of AI versus modern musicians, and the kind of dichotomy between AI generated music and music made with passion, the speed and voice caused by AI music, and the soul and beauty behind human made music. It starts off with the minstrel, very passionate about his song, and then a spirit comes and takes it from him, the chorus, and then the minstrel, the Spirit makes a sound with all the different voices he stole, and everyone likes it, not knowing it was stole. Then one man is like, no. This man is trying to yell out but can't be heard, and that's the end of the whole thing. Sought to stop the spirit. Though he cried for justice, none of them could hear it. Though the minstrel cried for justice, none of them could hear it. Though the minstrel cried for justice. Though the minstrel cried for justice. Though the minstrel cried for justice, none of them could hear it. The magic song was far too loud, drowning out his yell, but even if none heard him, he still had a tale to tell. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. Soon we will have no more choices. Soon we will have no more choices. That's good. That's good. Okay. Spirit gets cocky and stops to say, "Look at all I have made." Spirit turned toward him. The spirit turned toward him. The spirit turned toward him. Spirit turned to face him. Turned to face him. To face him. Turned to face him. Its empty smile wide. Empty smile wide. I could do this. Maybe this is something the spirit says. It's empty smile wide. Look at all the songs. At how they love me. Look at how they love me. I guess, I don't know if that works. His empty smile. And to face him. Turned to face him. Spirit turned to face him. Its empty smile. No, I think it should be different. Something different than that. I think I'm gonna go with. Gosh, this is hard. Hard. Under pressure. Under pressure. Trying to think about what to talk about, what to write. It's crazy. It's empty. Okay, I want its face uncanny and looking creepy and stuff. Okay. That's kind of the idea. The spirit turned to face him. Empty laugh. An empty laugh. An empty laugh made. What rhymes with made? I should. Empty song made. Wade, swayed, straight. Not bad. I think. Trade, wade, afraid. No. I gotta figure out what because the spirit's supposed to be like, look at this, look what I've done, and the minstrel's like, you haven't done anything, right? That's the whole thing. Your music made by magic, but no magic. I think that should be it. Okay, this is the end. This is the kicker. There's an empty laugh. It's smile. The spirit turned to face him. It's smile. Fade. To face him as the sound did fade. Spirit turned to face him as the sound did fade. The spirit turned to face him. Music soon to fade. No, I don't like fade. Betrayed, maybe. Conveyed, degrade. Degrade, I like that. Evade, forbade. Cascade, gade. Grade. Made. Shade. It's tricky, portrayed. The spirit turned to face him. It's smile. Look at how they love me for the music that I made. The spirit turned to face him. Its smile soon decayed. Look at how they love me for the music that I made. It's like smiling, then, haha. Yeah. Maybe that could be fine. The spirit stopped its music. The spirit stopped its music, and as the sound did fade, and as the sound did fade, and as the sound did fade, and the sound began to fade, said maybe? I don't know if said is the right word for paid. Okay. Forbade. Stayed. Here it stopped its music. The mirror I think, turn to face him makes the most sense. Face him. It's empty smile. It's empty smile. This is tricky. This is supposed to be the final confrontation, so you can't mess this up. It's got to make sense. It's got to be obvious. It's got to be clear. It's got to be. Gotta figure it out. 1 second. Sorry, I have to reply to a text. Okay. Cool. Spirit turned to face him. Maybe soulless and faceless grin, says MTV. With a soulless grin. Yeah, I guess that would be good. Soulless, faceless grin. Soulless grin, faceless grin. A certain face is sullen. With a soulless grin. Said, look how they love me. Look how they said, look how they love. Said, look how they love me. Said, look how they love me. Said, the people love me. The people love me. I like that. I like that. I could do that. Grin. I think I could take grin and then said the people love me. Is victory a sin? As in, like, is winning bad? Like, why should I feel bad for winning? Or what is the justice? Lin, skin, fin, in. I could see that maybe. All your wits combined can't. All your wits combined can't match the. All your wits could never match the magic that I made. All your wits could never match the magic that I made. I think that's all your wits could never match the music that I made. I think music or magic. Music that I made, or all your wits could never match the magic that I made. The music that I made. Okay, I can rhyme with this. Made. Thank you, MTV, for the suggestion. Always love having commenters help me out with these kind of things. My audience is often able to get me unstuck whenever I'm in a bind, you know. Prayed, agreed, afraid. All your wits could never match the music that I made. Wait, the spirit turned to face him, and with a soulless grin said, the people love me. The soulless grin said, the people love me. Is victory a sin? All your wits could never match the music that I made. This Magic music shall not be by one person dissuade. Magic music shall not be by one person dissuade. I think that's kind of that's interesting. I don't know if that's actual afraid. Aid. Swayed. Raid. Why is made so hard to rhyme with when there are so many words that rhyme with wade? Made, sorry. Mislaid. With my magic music, I shall never be dissuaded. Dissuade? Is that a word? Dissuade. Oh, is it not dissuaded? It's dissuade. Never me turn away from persuasion. No, that works. I shall never be dissuaded. Ah, man. That's lame. Dismayed. Why is rhyming the hardest thing? With my magic music, I never shall be swayed. With my magic music, I never shall be swayed. Shall be swayed. Minstrel. The minstrel did rebuke him, shouting, "You've not made a thing. Not made a thing. A thing? Thing?" I think that could be good. The minstrel did rebuke him, shouting, "You've not made a thing." A thing? You've not made a thing. You steal another's voice. You only stole another's voice because you cannot sing. You only stole another's voice because you cannot sing. The minstrel did rebuke him, shouting, "You've not made a thing." Shouting, "You've not made a thing. You only stole another's voice because you cannot sing." You cannot sing. That's lame. Thing. What do we get? Ding, cling, bring. Spring. You've not made a thing. You steal 1,000 voices, but you steal it. Cannot sing. But you still cannot sing. You yourself can't sing. You steal 1,000 voices, but you yourself can't sing. But you yourself don't sing. 'Tis my voice that you stole. 'Tis my voice that you stole. You've not made a thing. 'Tis my voice that you stole. You yourself can't sing. 'Tis my voice that you stole. Nothing did you sing. You sing. For music made by magic. For music made by magic, still without magic is inside. For music made by magic has no magic inside. Your music made by magic, still without your music made by magic. I think that I like that. Your music made by magic, still has no magic inside. Still has no magic inside. Still has no magic inside. Magic inside. Still has no magic inside. Wait, your music made by magic, still without magic inside. I don't like the magic. It's magic, not magic, you know? Still without magic inside. Magic, not. I don't like that. Infamous background music. What's this one? Gnomes versus Knights. This is the the Misanthrope by Blood Besmevel or something. One of my most popular songs. Still don't know why. I want to replicate it, but over 100,000 views. Crazy how that just blew up, but I don't know. That single song. MTV says idea for the next part. Alright, I'm excited to hear it. Let's see. Your music made by magic. Yet has no magic inside. Yet has no magic inside. Magic inside. Wait. Your music made by magic. Has no magic. Has no magic in its. Has no magic in its soul. Mine has more than all your in its your music made with magic has no magic in its soul. One note of mine has more. One note I play. One note I play. One note I play is just one note of mine is worth soul. Just one note of mine is worth more than all. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. More than all you stole. I think that could be good. Maybe let's see how it sounds. The spirit turns to face him and with a soulless grin said, "The people love me. Is victory a sin? All your wits could never match the music that I made. With my magic music, I never shall be swayed." The minstrel did rebuke him, shouting, "You've not made a thing. 'Tis my voice that you stole. Nothing did you sing. Your music, made by magic, has no magic in its soul. 'Tis my voice you..." I like stole here. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. No, never mind. Oh, here we go. MTV says, "And though the masses did consume the verse of stolen art, it will never truly satisfy a beating human heart." Could use some tweaks with something like that. That's brilliant. That should, I think I'll add an act 4 as like an aftermath, and I'll include that. I'm gonna type that down so I don't forget it. Let's see. Then Act 4, aftermath of the spirit. Aftermath of the spirit. No. Spirit wins and the minstrel fades into a... And the music wins. I think the minstrel should be like never mentioned again. As in he just disappears. The minstrel wins. Oh, no, sorry. The spirit wins. And the masses are left unfulfilled. I think that's good. Okay, I'm going to copy that word for word. Credit to MTV. Alright. And though the masses did consume the verse of stolen art, it will never truly satisfy a human heart. Actually, I don't think I need to edit that. And though the masses did consume the verse of stolen art, it will never truly satisfy a human heart. It flows. It flows really well, actually. I'm impressed. That's really good. I hope you don't mind if I just like outright steal it. See, I prefer to steal from artists directly. That's how I'm different. It's a joke I made back when I was like smaller. I would just steal the I would like screenshot different artworks and use them in my backgrounds. Apparently there's free software you can, or free items online that you can go and find. But I didn't know that at the time, so I would just Google search something and then copy the image and use that. I totally stole it, right? But I was joking. It's not AI. I steal from artists directly, right? Don't use a third party. I can mention him later. More than all. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one. angel shouting, "You've not made a thing. 'Tis my voice. 'Tis my voice." "'Tis my voice you've taken. Nothing did you sing." You've taken. Nothing did you sing. Nothing did you sing. Your music made by magic has no magic in its soul. Just one note of mine is worth more than all that you stole. It's worth more than all which you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all that you stole. Just one note of mine is worth more than all that you stole. Just one note of mine is worth. Empty hole, an empty hole. Okay. Compared to just one note of mine, your song's an empty hole. Empty hole, I could do that. I could do that. Compared to just one note of mine, your song's an empty hole. So compared to just one note of mine, your song's an empty hole. No. That's not right. The aftermath of the spirit. Let's see, compared to what just one note of mine, your song's an empty hole. Hole. Compared to just one note of mine, your song. Wait. Your music made by magic has no magic in its soul. Magic. Has no magic of its own. Your music made by magic has no magic of its own. Of its own. I could probably rhyme with own better. Does anything rhyme with own? Bone, grown, known. Just one verse of mine has more. Just one verse of mine has more than you have ever known. Yet one verse of mine contains more than you've ever known. Almost. MTV says, gotta go cause it's 2 a.m. where I live, haha. But I'm excited for the final result. Good night. Good night, MTV. Hope you have a restful sleep. Thank you for sticking around and for the awesome suggestion. It's good stuff. I might have to end here shortly anyways. I gotta get going. Shouting, you've not made a thing. 'Tis my voice you've taken. Nothing did you sing. Your music made by magic has no magic of its own. Just one verse of mine is more than you have ever known. Just one verse of mine has more than you have ever known. Just one verse of mine has more than you have ever known. I should for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. Soon we will have no choice. Soon we will have no more choice. Soon we will have no more choices. That's good. And though the masses did consume the verse of stolen art, it will never truly satisfy a human heart. None. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. Okay. Spirit. Its power. The spirit with its power. The spirit with its power did triumph over all. The minstrel never seen again as minstrel never seen again. Fall all. The spirit with his power did triumph over all. The spirit with his power did shout above them all. Appall. Call. The minstrel never seen again. The minstrel never seen again. Never seen again. Silenced by its call. Silenced by its call. Silenced by its call. Silenced. How do I get past silenced? Silenced by its call. The minstrel never seen again. Silenced by its call. The spirit with its power did shout above them all. The minstrel never seen again. Silenced by its call. Although, okay. Make sure that I underline this so I know what was what. And though the masses did consume the verse of stolen art, it will never truly satisfy a human heart. The spirit with its power did shout above them all. The minstrel never seen again, silenced by its call. Years into the future. Years into the future. All that's years into the future, all that was left to hear. All that was left to hear. All that. Years into the future. Okay. Years into the future, all years into the future. Days bled into days turned into months. Days turned into months. Days turned into months, turned into years. Days turned into months, months turned into years. Months turned into years, months turned into years, days turned into months, which then turned into years. which soon turned into years. The spirit's endless music was the spirit's endless music was all that filled their ears. Okay, I think this last bit, magic music. I should change the chorus. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. We should have made different choices. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. I'm excited about that. Days turned into months, soon turned into years. The spirit's endless music was all that filled their was all which filled their ears, was all that filled their ears, was all which filled. Okay, I figured that out pretty quick. Months, which soon turned into years. The spirit's endless music was all that filled their ears. Filled their ears. And behind. Some did search in vain for the minstrels left behind. Vain. Some did search in vain for the minstrels left behind. Minstrels left behind. But ever more they looked. Only one thing could they find. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. We should have made different choices. That's it. We should have made different choices. Yeah, that's good. Okay, final thing. All in all, back to back. Hours after midnight, with no ink left to write, the candle flickers out, but still within him burns a light. From the bed he rises, his instrument to play, for such an inspiration cannot wait until the day. But right outside the door an evil spirit sneaketh round. With no voice of its own, it seeks to steal the minstrel's sound. That night did end in silence, when the spirit took his song, to use in its own conquest, in spite of right or wrong. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses, soon we will have no more choices. The minstrel sound and 1,000... With the minstrel sound and 1,000 more combined, the spirit wove a perfect song with all of them intertwined. The people stood and marveled, knowing not that it was stole, nor of those behind the spirit left without a soul. Yet one man in protest sought to stop the spirit. Though the minstrel cried for justice, none of them could hear it. The magic song was far too loud, drowning out his yell. But even if none heard him, he still had a tale to tell. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. Soon we will, if we drink from empty glasses, soon. That's it. I should change this. If we drink from empty glasses, soon we will have no more choices. Because it switches up the course. Change that now. The spirit turned to face him, and with a soulless grin, said, "The people love me. Is victory a sin? All your wits could never match the music that I made. With my magic music I never shall be swayed." The minstrel did rebuke him, shouting, "You've not made a thing. 'Tis my voice you've taken, nothing did you sing." Your music made by magic has no magic of its own. Just one verse of mine is more than you have ever known. Has more than you have ever known. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. Soon we will have no more choices. And though the masses did consume the verse of soul and art, it will never truly satisfy a human heart. The spirit with its power did shout above them all. The minstrel never seen again, silenced by its call. Days turned into months, which soon turned into years. The spirit's endless music was all that filled their ears. Some did search in vain for the minstrels left behind, but evermore they looked, only one thing could they find. Magic music for the masses, woven from 1,000 voices. Now we drink from empty glasses. We should have made different choices. All right. I'm going to say that's good. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Yeah, I think I'll do more live streams like this in the future, even if not a ton of people watch them. Even if not, what's the thing I said? Even if none heard him, he still had a tale to tell. That's kind of me. I'm a small YouTuber. At least still, I'm kind of small compared to some out there. Even compared to some AI channels that I've seen, I'm still smaller than them despite my efforts. But hey, you know, that's what it's going to be. That's what life is. So, I think we're going to have to end it there. Looks like the stream isn't totally caught up, but hopefully it'll still process enough that it'll finish it out. I don't know. Part of me wants to wait to make sure that it gets recorded. Well, I don't know if it's ever going to catch up, so I'm just going to end the stream now because I got places to be and things to do. If you're reading this, great. If not, who knows? Anyways, as always, my name is Mark the Minstrel. It's been absolute pleasure and very great to see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and may your story be forever told. Bye-bye.